This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. And here we are back another week. This is the one after Christmas, after New Year's. I wish I could tell you about my New Year's gig, but we're recording it before Christmas, before New Year's. So I can't tell you about my New Year's gig, but hey, look, whatever. This is it. This is Sessions with Stef. You never know what you're going to get. So much to the point where I didn't know who my guest was till... Yeah, I don't know what, yesterday or something?
Yeah.
It was yesterday. It's all right. It's okay. The guest, I had another guest. I didn't really want this guy, but I had no choice. No, I'm so joking.
What an insult.
I will not.
Man.
Dude, everyone knows.
Supposed to be in bed at, what time is it?
You don't.
Like
Yes.
8 o'clock.
You should be in bed.
I gotta be in the sack at this time.
You should be. You need your beauty sleep.
I do.
How do you stay so young? Nudge. So, guys, welcome to Sessions with Stef. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I love doing this podcast, a musical podcast. Depends the day, I guess. Sometimes we have product placement and not product placement, but playlist placement with Fearless Sounds. and that's our sponsor, which you already saw her ad, but she is here today. Francesca, say hi. We hear you. Lisa, say hi behind the camera.
Hello, behind the camera.
Hi, Milva. How's it going? We have our Let's Talk It Out, which is our sister podcast. They just finished filming, and there was a great person here, an actress. She also has a school. It was a great Let's Talk It Out session. Fantastic. You should check it out. Subscribe on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that.
Podcast.
Sessions with Stef. And Let's Talk It Out. Go subscribe, check it out. I do this with musicians. I talk to buddies. Sometimes I talk to people I don't know. Like I think it was the last episode that you guys saw. I had Johnny Barretta. I never met him.
I watched it.
And you watched it?
I did. I think it was cool. Yeah.
You have no choice to watch it.
I dug it. Yeah.
Do you realize? So before I introduce, I'd like to thank our sponsors. First one, of course, Fearless Sounds all the time. Francesca. Yes. Francesca is a publicist, music publicist. She does artist management. She does all of that for artists, like you heard my sexy voice saying right before this episode. Product placement, no, fucking playlist placement. I can't get it. You know what? It's because I start the podcast with a drink and I didn't, so now I'm all messed up. Chin.
Hold on.
See, this is a true musician. He has to do the podcast with the bass in hand.
Okay.
Salud.
Okay.
Salut.
You drink the whole thing or just a sip?
Of course, what is it? You're a musician. You just killed it. It's not a chess game over here. What the hell? So, guys, actually, I got to tell you a funny story. One of the bands I play with, the Hyphens, which they will be on the podcast.
Do they need a bass player?
They don't. The bass player is the owner.
Even better.
So they watched the podcast.
Okay.
So they noticed I was drinking grappa.
Oh.
So last rehearsal, they came and they brought me a bottle of ouzo. And they said, "No, you got to drink the real stuff."
But what is ouzo exactly?
It's the Greek grappa.
Is that what it is?
It's Greek grappa. Yeah. It's good, eh?
I think it's a bit like licorice.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm more of a...
It's
sambuca. That's what it's like. Sambuca,
yeah.
exactly.
So, guys, that was an awesome drink. I'm going to have a bit more because we get warmed up.
I'm still
So
feeling
once again, Fearless Sounds, thank you so much. Fearless Sounds, thank you so much. And also we have Nettoyage Diamant, who always sponsors us. Anthony Paterno, guys, you can check him out. He does cleaning for residential. He does cleaning for commercial. He does, if you do a renovation, he'll come to your place. He'll clean it up right after the renovation.
Fantastic.
Anything you do, I've hired him. He cleaned.
Oh,
yeah? Yeah. He came to the house, did a great job. A deep clean, he called it.
Clean.
There's even names that he called it. Oh, you need the deep clean. I said, yeah, just the sound of that sounds good.
My God.
I want the deep clean. Whatever. Anthony Paterno, Nettoyage Diamant. You can check them out at 514-686-1581. The fact that I remember that number is
pretty
quite
impressed.
insane, but yes, that's Anthony Paterno and nettoyagediamant.com.
Instagram?
You can check them out. They are on Instagram, on Facebook,
Good.
and you'll see it somewhere on the screen here. I'll have their logo.
Fantastic.
And all the information there.
Great.
So now that all of that is out of the way,
Okay.
our guest,
Hello?
Daniel Dicintio.
Daniel
the main
Dicintio.
Man. Well, depends who's asking.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I got a lot of Dicinto, Dicintio. I never. It mind boggles me. I tell myself, how do you miss the I at the end of my name? How do you?
Well,
at that point, I just said, you know what?
Cool. Whoever's not Italian, when they look at Italian names,
Even
they see
Italians.
vowels, but they see too many vowels, and how do you say that?
They freak out.
I get Occhioneri or Occhionero.
Yeah,
and it's
Occhionero.
Occhionero.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Occhionero.
Occhionero, black guy.
That's pretty hard.
The black guy.
Yeah, and
yeah,
they
true,
call
yeah,
me
black guy, yeah.
Occhionero. Imagine.
Ocherios.
It's not that bad.
And Occhioneri.
Oh, canary.
Wow.
Because you sound like a bird.
Wow.
Bad.
Yeah.
So, guys, a true musician, as you can tell, he wanted to have the bass on the whole time during the podcast. I love that. No, it's great.
Okay.
It's great. So, guys, bass player,
I feel nervous.
band owner. He's a teacher now. Can I
Yeah.
call you a professor?
You don't call me a professor. No, it's more like hey guys, just please, I want you to learn something. Please get this piece of paper and move on with your lives.
Most importantly,
it's more like that.
Most importantly, friend.
Yeah,
That's why I have you here, because I can have a good podcast.
Yeah.
We play together all the time.
Stefano and I, we known each other. I'm 28.
You had to throw that in.
And
so
I
go
feel
fuck
like,
yourself.
no, but it's crazy because I feel like when I'm looking at my students, I'm like, I don't know if I'm tired, if I'm starting to need glasses. I don't know what it is. But Stefano and I met 8 years ago, and I used to work with your brother.
Yeah,
I used to work with your brother, and I thank him for giving me.
I can tell you how it was. I was talking to Sharda.
That's right.
She came over to visit. She's a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Paul Schroeffel, who is her boyfriend, came on the podcast. But she was at my place. We're good friends. And she just said, hey, there's this guy studying at McGill.
This
And
loud, skinny
he's
Italian guy
Italian.
that walks around the hallways and
he's
bothers
Italian.
everybody.
He knows that. He knows the scene, and he really works hard. So you can try calling him. I said, one day I'll call him, whatever. And then we threw you to the fire. It was
I remember.
He was fresh out of school.
No
New Year's
idea.
Eve.
New Year's Eve. I remember.
No rehearsal.
It was a dark night. If you want to use imagery, it was like the month of October. It was my first session at McGill Session. No, what's called in English.
Session, yeah.
No.
Semester. I don't know.
Semester. That's
Semester.
it. The month of October, and I was in my practice room. It was one of those days where I felt so starved, just tired. Because I don't know why, but I used to wake up at 5 in the morning, so I get to McGill at 6:30 to practice. It's like I had to prove something to myself. Didn't make any sense, because by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I had to. It's to the point where I play upright bass as well, okay? So I was at McGill studying upright bass, and the case is human size. So I would literally hit the sack in my upright case. It was sad, just sad. Really? But anyway, so at this point, it was probably, I don't know, it was dark. So it was October, maybe it was like 5 o'clock, and I get this call. I'm like, who's this guy calling me right now? Who's bothering me at this time?
Hey, Dad!
And I'm practicing, and he asked, I don't remember how the conversation went, but you
just
asked
said yes.
I said, you know what? I gotta work. I had 5 kids at the time. I have to feed my kids.
In 7 countries.
No, but I said I had to work. So I said, you know what? Here's the times. I'm just going to say yes to everything, whatever comes at me. Whatever.
And then the next day, he got the list of 150 songs.
Yeah, and I'm like,
it's a New Year's Eve party.
Oh my God. So we get there, and I forgot what it was. I think the old bass was Gabrielle Jelena.
Yeah,
that was the former bass player. And she was super, super great to talk to, super professional. She gave me all the charts, what she had. Luckily, my girlfriend, she helped me put everything together in this big binder. And we were showing up to the gig. I think you guys were all using iPads at this point. Yeah, and I show up with this binder.
You needed 2 trips to get just the charts.
Here I am, the youngest guy, showing up with I'm supposed to be the one with the iPad. I show up with the binder with my Vanier stands. Anyways, I took stands from Vanier. At this point, I was on McGill. So I show up. Everything was on.
I remember playing on the gig, and I'm playing drums, and I'm looking, and I just see Vanier on the music stand.
Vanier College. I couldn't spend that $20 on a stand, and I was an idiot. Anyway, I show up, no rehearsal. First time I look at the music, but I think it went okay. I don't remember.
We're still playing together.
We were playing at Le Baron Royal. I don't even know if they have events there. I swear to God, I don't know.
No, they bought another hotel. They moved to Saint Michel. They bought a hotel in Saint Michel.
Off the highway. Off the highway.
So that's how we met. That was 8 years ago. We called him to sub. He walked in as a little
Stefano had black hair,
kid.
but now it's white as snow.
Whatever.
Hey.
Okay. You know what? You're gonna have another drink. It's gonna be black. So he comes in fresh.
Yeah, fresh out of the oven.
No, fresh out of the oven.
I remember looking at Kaz, and I remember I felt intimidated looking at him. I felt intimidated, and he was the one guy in the band that was actually
serious.
Sorry?
Was he serious? No.
He was serious. I just said,
That's
who's this
weird.
guy? He looked like Bono. Because
He
Bono
had
from
the
U2.
glasses,
He
yeah,
had the goggles on. I said, who's this guy with this
It's
long hair
too
slicked
funny.
back? I felt intimidated.
Yeah. Well,
No,
you
but
came in and with a shitload of songs. It's not easy to come in.
No, it's
no
not.
rehearsal.
And I had to sight read everything. And
It worked. It worked.
You know what? To be honest, the hardest music I had to play, the hardest was the Italian stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Italian, because they didn't make, to me, I said, these guys must have been drunk when they were writing this. It didn't make any sense. Even to this day, playing Italian music, sometimes we're playing and I'm like, what's the next chord coming up? Or like, I'm like, where am I? How come it's going?
Why is it backwards?
Because the bass line, it's like, everything is so dependent on the bass and all music. The
It's 'cause
bass
you're
line.
doing the 5 always, so it confuses you too, right?
You know what it is? Is that where the melody, where the melody starts. Yeah, where the melody happens, where the melody starts. I shouldn't have drank this right now. I feel like I'm like slurring my words. I'm like, okay, yeah. So where the melody is going. So I look at the bass line, the melody, etc. But where it's happening doesn't really line up. It's not conventional. Okay, so normally like in pop music, it's you feel every 4 bars. In pop music, it's four times. And Italian music, especially the polkas and the waltzes, it's like, I feel like they're just switching wherever they want. And I'm like, what's going on over here? And if the singer's not doing the best job, then I'm like, okay, if you're not doing it, I don't know where I am. So sing that melody properly.
And it's very dependent on the singer.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was playing with your brother, it's like half the time.
Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, what's
Francesca, coming from Italy, she knows Italian music. Like le tarantelle and le polkas and all of that.
The old stuff, not the pop stuff, not the stuff of the 70s, the 80s, etc.
No, that's...
Yeah. The south, la pizzica, la taranta, these things.
Yeah, la tarantelle, all of that stuff, because it's basically like...
It's all percussion, though.
There's a lot of percussion, but la fisarmonica, the accordion, and the rhythms are...
It's happening so fast.
And when they're singers, the singers are never in time. It's just they just sing whatever they want.
Exactly.
And my father, you know what's funny is my father used to play accordion, right? And he used to accompany singers. And all he used to say, I hate singers. They have no idea what they're doing. Because he would try to accompany them, and they would just sing whenever. They know the words, but they're not trained, so they have no timing, and they're just singing.
Not all singers.
And you're fucking pulling muscles trying to follow them. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's hard, but you know
that
what?
music is easy to get confused because it's the same chords, but it's repetitive and it changes though at certain.
And everything
spots.
everything is dependent on the bass line. So
Yeah.
God forbid the bass player makes a mistake, and all the eyes are on me. And I'm pulling a sweat, and I'm this one. I'm like 20 years old, and I have your brother looking at me like, what
are you doing?
Like, this guy's gonna fire me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. And I think of you were there, like, give me okay.
I was giving the chords, yeah. That was
So at least I'm like, okay, good.
I remember you looked at me weird.
But I don't know.
Because I'm playing drums and I started yelling, 1, 5.
Because I'm panicking. Like, and at this point, I'm like, I can't show people dancing that I'm bad tripping on stage. And of course, it's like, if a drummer makes a mistake, yes, the drummer's the loudest instrument, but they can pick themselves up. There's no harmony. There's no melody. Guitar player, but they're noodling. They're playing some popcorn stuff, etc. Piano could just drop out. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna.
You're there.
Bass player, it's the lowest instrument. So everybody, it dictates all the harmony. It dictates all the chords.
And trumpet, you can't make a mistake.
Even trumpet, but still, even trumpet. If they're like, they don't want, they're hesitant. They'll.
Dude, if a trumpet player makes a mistake,
Oh,
you hear it from 2 blocks away.
It sounds horrible. But at least he or she can just drop out and not play.
I did a wedding once where the trumpet player had to play the recital, like the da da da. No,
Oh my god.
Oh my god! And the notes were like
cracking.
It's like, oh, stop!
It's a bad trip.
You hear it in a heartbeat.
It's terrible.
It's crazy.
Yeah. See, that's the difference between being a DJ and
yeah, exactly.
And being a musician. That's what it is.
Needless to say,
yes,
we met 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You came, you subbed. Now you have your own band.
It was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight.
You love me, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Deep down inside. You know what?
You almost called me uncle.
I did. Yeah, but yeah, it's more like, I think I called you like an older cousin I never had.
See, Stef.
An
Stef.
older cousin I never had.
That's, so we met there, and I mean, by the way, there is another podcast with Daniel.
Yeah.
Done way back a long
very
time ago.
cold
In my
night.
yard.
Yeah, in your yard.
Yes,
Exactly. Yes.
And I had And by the way, this wasn't prepared at all. So I'm just talking about stuff that we've seen. We're going to talk about gigs that we've done recently because now COVID is finished. Well,
we were
kind of
busy this year.
We were super busy this year. We did a lot of gigs, and we're going to talk about the fun times.
Yeah,
I have that
and the stressful times.
The stressful times.
Where I'm just like, if you see me like this and I'm not talking, it means I don't want to look at everybody.
Chateau Frontenac, I'll just say that.
Chateau,
Anyways, we'll talk about that story.
Yeah, a lot of.
But like, okay, so last time you played, you were on the podcast. I kind of put a song, and I didn't tell you which song, and I just said play, and you played with it, and that was fun.
Right, yeah.
Now I didn't prepare anything.
That's okay.
So I brought a kick and a snare, and I said, "Well, you're just gonna jam, and I'm gonna jam with you for a minute or two and see what happens."
Sure. Okay.
You feel like doing it?
Of course.
I don't.
Why not?
Well, I'm gonna have a drink.
No, I don't have a choice. I'm not gonna say no.
That's right. Start jamming. Oh. Sorry, this is the way. This is the way the podcast. Yeah, I know I won't give you any, bro. It's not for you.
No. Drinking's not for me.
As you can tell, we've done numerous gigs.
I can't.
And when we're on the gigs, he has that one just to shut us up because I'm gonna bug him.
Wine, I'm gonna fly. That's it. I'm just gonna take off like a rock.
Like 3 bloody Caesars later, like. I actually have one every night. Hey, in a room. It's the best. I do. Anyway, so just start playing, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've never played.
Oh no. Okay.
One of your disco funky grooves or
disco funky groove
or whatever. I don't know. Solo, bro. It's on you. Awesome.
Okay. Sorry.
We're gonna do a bit more after, but that's. We have no idea what's going on. This is just let's jam. Let's have
we're improvising.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was fun. I felt good there.
Good. Yeah.
I'm also playing on a. They call it a boombox. It's like a little bass drum. It's not really a bass drum. It's a
but it does a job.
Piece of wood.
Gives a beat.
Gives a beat. So I would ask you how your holidays were. Bye, Milva. Nice to see you. Take care of yourself. Say hi to Peter.
Have a good night. Drive safe.
Coming up on a future sessions with Stef. Now that I'm doing it live, I'm saying that her husband will be on the podcast.
Really?
So Peter's got to be there now. What I wanted to do this podcast, because we spoke about, your studies and what inspired you.
My studies. My God.
And guys, let me tell you, I've been playing many years. He's only 28, the prick.
28.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 55 years old.
He's got a soul of a
Is
60-year-old.
it crazy or what?
He's got a soul of a 60-year-old.
I have to stop myself sometimes and tell myself, okay, man, you don't know everything in the world. It's okay to make a mistake.
He can't drink. He's fucking
drink.
28. At 28, I had fucking...
I can't.
I had kegs strapped to my back.
I
what the hell? Nah, that's okay. That's good. But he's got an old soul. You can tell just with the funky disco...
Yeah, because you know what? I grew up... First of all, I grew up on a lot of classic rock. My father's a huge fan of Rush. I remember being in the car with my father. Well, besides Rush, Supertramp, Genesis, those 3 bands I remember a lot as a kid. And I remember being a kid, I grew up in a condo, and my parents would be playing disco and funk. I remember getting so excited. I wanted to dance. And now I think about it now that I'm older and I play bass, and I ask myself, what was that made me want to dance? It was the bass. It was the rhythm. And I remember they were playing Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. And I would just be doing a spin on the floor because I would be it was just the groove of the song that really got me going.
What got your dance moves going?
I think I still got my awkward dance moves. Yeah.
He's got the dance moves. He's got the flip of the leg as he's playing. He's got
But yeah, all jokes aside.
You know what's funny?
It's terrible.
I gotta say this because
go,
it's funny.
go.
I see Dan play these lines that are fucking monstrous bass lines, and he's just grooving it and smoking it, no problem. He's having a good time. And then when I ask him to just say, "Hey, let's do one step," his face all of a sudden changes. The concentration level to do one step is like out of this world. He just, boom, he goes serious, and he's like,
It's
you
bad,
see him
but-
thinking,
but
but his fingers are blowing. Blah, blah, blah,
But you see, you know
blah.
what it is? Is that I think, what's it called? Like we were talking about before, I think too much. Because what pops in my head is, what are they thinking in the front? Do I look stupid right now? Do I look awkward? And once, where was I? I was at the Theatre de St. James. It was a wedding we had in, maybe it was in May or August. I think August. I saw someone laughing at me. And I melted like chocolate. I was like ice
that
cream.
was me.
No, it wasn't you. It was somebody in the front, and it started laughing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I look like an idiot. I'm just gonna stand like a totem pole. And I'm just not gonna move. I'm just gonna
No,
just
it's
play the
not
bass."
possible. It's
But
not
at that point, I said, "But I can't just stand here. I gotta create some motion. What am I doing? I gotta do maybe a 1-2 step, side to side. I'm just thinking too much in my head. I'm like,
When
what
you're
are people
looking-
thinking?
Because we have the singers. Sometimes they do some choreographies and they're doing
We try to
steps,
follow them.
And we're trying to follow them.
Terrible.
He's just like, he's staring at his feet. And
Yeah,
I'm dying of laughter.
terrible.
And sometimes he's always doing the opposite.
Yeah, and I'm trying to
He's
follow.
going backward.
Like when we play, it's La Vida en un Carnaval. I remember playing that, and the bass line.
Yeah.
That part, and our singers, our three vocals are doing this lambada move. They're doing this.
It's called the salsa.
Yeah, the salsa. They're doing the
Lambada.
salsa. Anyways, they're doing a move, and I'm trying to follow them, Mike. And I remember one night my shoelace was even untied, and I'm like, don't think a flip, man. People are really gonna laugh at you. Anyways, it's bad because like
the best.
like before we were talking about like constantly thinking in your head. It's terrible when you're constantly thinking. The good thing, like we were saying before, children, you don't think, it just comes out.
Yeah.
So as adults, we have to try to encompass that again and not care about what people are
You know what
thinking.
helps?
What? Yes, I
this
understand.
helps.
You know what?
You
If I
know,
didn't
just-
have to drive, I would have another shot. But knowing me,
okay.
I'm gonna drive. It's like,
Oh, so
no,
you're saying I shouldn't because I'm driving.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I am not saying anything.
By the way, can
But-
I tell you something? Ma,
Yeah.
I know you're watching. Ma, I know you're watching.
Does she
Every
does she
Sunday I
watch them?
go over.
Does she watch
She
them?
watches them and
Get
she gives
out.
me shit because I'm drinking. I don't want to watch them anymore. You're always drinking.
But no kidding.
Ma, it's part of the deal. I'm a musician.
Part
if
of the
I
job.
can't, don't drink. It's not
We're all
good.
drunks. We're all junkies.
Please make me some
According to the
cutlets.
world.
Ma, please make me some cutlets. They're awesome.
I would love to have that
They're
right
my
now.
mother makes the best.
Melanzan,
My mother's the best. She makes the best.
melanzan,
honestly.
mayo, not
By the way,
iceberg
by the way, like Marco never mentioned you on a podcast, so I need some more cutlets and some more prosciutto cut.
Soprasad.
Soprasad for me.
Well, we're gonna steal them from
This
your
is
fridge. I swear to God.
my brother and I. We
Yeah.
have a competition. Whenever my parents make food, we make sure that it's equal.
Are you serious?
So I'm trying to get a bit more on this.
That's
one.
crazy.
So
But-
you know what I wanted to talk about?
Yeah, go for it, man.
We can tell your inspiration. We can tell. We know you studied. We know you're a great bass player. We're gonna do a couple
Studied.
of more jams.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
I want to do a jam after on bounce.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
We've done
Okay.
that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to talk about some of the gigs we had this year.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk at some of the funny stories.
We can't talk too much. God forbid one of my clients are watching.
true. No,
Get
no,
a bad
we
review on
won't- we
Google.
won't, we
Daniel, I don't like
We
it.
won't, what just happened there?
Yeah.
That was my wedding.
Or any
No,
of the planners. We don't want
we
that.
had, yeah, no, we had some of the funny stories about the musicians on stage. Some
Oh, yeah.
funny things that happened. I can tell you.
What
one
can you
that I
think? Because
remember.
my mind is like constant stress when I'm on that
Well,
stage.
2 weeks ago, we were at the Chateau Frontenac.
Beautiful place.
Gorgeous venue.
$2 million a night just to sleep there. But
yeah, we
I
tried.
can afford
Actually,
it.
we stayed there.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was a corporate
But let me
party.
tell you, my bed compared to that. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a sack. At the end of the day, I'm sleeping at the end of the day. You know,
So we were playing. We were on stage. It was a great night.
it was. I
But
had a good
all
time.
of a sudden, the one thing that happened.
Oh, don't say it. What is it?
Don't
What
say
is
it. It was the
what-
keyboard, bro.
Oh
Come
my
on.
god! Oh my god!
I have a wireless
Oh my
guitar,
god!
right? That I play, and I used it. I played it, and then I put it on the stand, and we kept playing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
all of a sudden, did I have it on me? I think I had it on.
I don't
Yes,
remember.
'cause I was running.
But let me tell you, you know one of those cartoons you see the sweat just going down? It was one of those moments I looked down and I just started doing this with my eyebrows. And I'm like, fix it right now.
So we're playing on stage, and people are partying, and all of a sudden the battery died. And
Yep.
what happens? There's a certain model of Sennheiser wireless that when the battery dies, the receiver tries, now that I fucking know what
Tries
it
to
means,
find it.
tries to find its signal, and it's not finding a signal. So it releases this sound that just goes, shh. It's like a white noise, but super
Brutal.
loud. It's brutal.
And at this, anyways, like at this point, like I said, I looked at my musicians and I gave them the eye, which guy meant, don't you fucking stop playing. Keep on playing.
We just kept up as if
Keep on
nothing's
playing until
happening.
this problem is solved. So that 45 seconds that it took to solve the problem between our two technicians running like chickens without a head, it felt like it was eternity.
It probably lasted maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It felt like an hour. It felt like every second was, and I was trying to figure it out, touching the mics, grabbing. We didn't know what it was.
Of course, but of course you don't want to show anybody you're in a panic. Now, of course, it always gets solved.
And
but
you kind
don't-
of look at people, they're kind of looking at you and they kind of know something's wrong, but we're still smiling and like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we fixed You like this song? I
like
can
this?
see he lost 4 pounds in
I'm
that
about to
30
disappear.
seconds.
God forbid.
And
I go into walk into a crack. I'm just going.
it
go to
was,
the crack.
it was, but the funny thing is this happened 4 or 5 years ago.
2018.
During a speech.
2018.
So what happened was the same idea, but
Batteries ran out.
The groom was saying his speech.
The best man.
The best man was saying his speech.
best man.
And all of a sudden, this loud noise, and everyone's going, ah! And the baby, all you hear is babies crying.
No, what happened is that the problem was, so again, it took that 30 seconds. And then afterwards, you just hear a baby crying. The whole time you're like, oh my God.
When we fix the problem, you just hear the baby.
Oh my God. But speaking about the positive, put that aside.
Anyway, I died of, like, okay. In the
Yeah, it's
moment,
funny afterwards. It's funny
it's
after.
super funny
Yeah.
afterwards.
But let's talk about the things we look forward to when we're at the gigs. Things we look forward to.
Well, we can talk about the meals, some of the meals,
Yeah, some of the meals are great. Like, you know what? Like,
and some are.
you know what? I realize this. My clients that are listening, anybody, the more money you spend, the less you're going to get. You go to a hotel,
It's true, eh?
it's standard. Steamed carrots and chicken. Guys, you're spending like $300 a meal over there.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on.
It's true, eh? The higher the venue,
The higher the venue, the least you're going to get.
the least you're gonna get. I mean, I don't want to name names.
No, we're not going to name names, but
literally, like the ones that are super expensive, we get a lunchbox, like
like a lunch, just a sandwich.
literally like a sandwich. You
Yeah,
open
we
it
did
up
an
and it's
event 2 weeks ago, and we're all starving. And again, look, I'm happy we're getting fed because the clients are taking money out of their pocket to
Yeah,
pay
true.
this. So I'm not going to complain. I was never, look, one thing for me, when I hear my musicians complaining, I think I grow pimples on my neck because I swear to God, it's like, here you are, you're getting paid well. You're getting paid well to do this job. You get to perform. You get to look at beautiful people because, whether you're a man or
Women,
a woman.
please.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You get to look at beautiful women everywhere as far as the eye can see. Which at this point, to be honest, when I started doing this work, I was excited. Like, oh my God. It was like the midnight buffet when they had McDonald's. Like, oh my God, McDonald's. Nowadays, it's just like, I'm doing the work and my focus is get this job done properly, make my client happy, and make sure other people hire us. That's my objective. Everything else, I don't care about everything else. Okay? To some degree. But anyways, point is that my clients are paying for our meals. We're happy. But sometimes you get a boîte à lunch, meaning that, I'll write to my guys, my girls and guys in general. I'll say, guys, prepare yourself a panini because here tonight it's boîte à lunch.
How many nights? You know how many times I went to Harvey's after?
Yeah, you're
Anytime we
starting.
play downtown, that Harvey's on the carry, that's my go-to.
You got to eat.
Because downtown are the more expensive venues.
That's right. And
literally you get a boîte à lunch. So the last boîte à lunch we had 2 weeks ago was a wrap, a chicken wrap.
it was a chicken wrap, like something that was like,
And in that boîte à lunch, you had like carrots, you had the cucumbers or something.
you had a cookie.
And they give you a little piece of.
And I pray to
Yeah.
God I
It
have
was a
some.
cookie.
I-
It was a cookie. It was the dessert was a cookie.
and I was praying to God I had some members in my band that like don't eat like birds. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey guys.
we literally remember we were flipping because one person couldn't eat half of the wrap, so we were like flipping. Who's gonna get that?
We had a
half? I don't
coin.
know.
We had a coin. Okay,
We
who are
were
we gonna-
flipping.
It's but then when you go to the classic halls, like the classic Italian halls, I know that.
Oh,
gonna
we
eat
eat too
well.
much. It's too much.
And it's too much to the point where I tell my clients, guys, I know the prices. Do whatever you have to do. I'm happy. But don't go crazy.
Dude, I had
don't
a
go
dish.
crazy.
I was playing on Saturday. You weren't there. I played with another band Saturday, Sixth Journey tribute. Band.
Bass player.
And there was you'll be there. Don't worry. So we get there, and the meal. It was it was foie gras, that kind of
yeah.
like It was the Hilton Hotel, but literally the second course. You know what it was?
What was it?
It was a dish. It was like a rectangle dish.
Okay.
One scallop.
Oh my God.
On a puree. When I say a puree of sweet potato, it was like a circle.
It tastes like nothing, like toothpaste.
It was 2 mushrooms.
Yeah.
And a circle, like a dab of puree.
Guys,
Sweet potato puree with 1 scallop.
That's crazy.
It's like I went, and it was over.
That's crazy.
It's like, okay, guys, I don't know, but can you get 2 scallops? I don't know.
And you're paying, it's but like I said, when you're paying less, and what I mean when you're paying less, when you're paying that between that nowadays $185 to $200 a plate. First of all, anybody going to a wedding, make sure the bush it's nice and filled. Huh? Don't go there. You're 2 people. Don't go there with $300. Huh? It's $400. And if you're coming to my wedding, I'm gonna have the book. Huh? By the way, I know.
Chateau Frontenac.
Yeah.
Chateau Frontenac. We had the breakfast the next morning.
I think about that breakfast. Wow. Yeah, man, that was good.
a good
But the thing is, I had 3 hours of sleep. So let me tell. I was thinking triple. Joe.
We were trying to figure out how we were going to bring croissants back.
Literally, I should have done that. I didn't think about it.
And then the time before we were in Quebec, we got there too late. So we missed the breakfast. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
We had to beg the guy for coffee.
But yeah, you know what?
It was like 10 o'clock and we got up at like 10:30 because we had the fucking $100 hamburger.
Is that what we had? Oh, we
Remember?
did. Yeah.
We played in Ottawa.
That was in Ottawa.
We were in Ottawa and we did a gig.
This place, venue 22.
Beautiful venue.
Beautiful,
it was on the top floor, right across from the Parliament. So the view was the Parliament. It was a very nice venue.
Yeah, beautiful wedding too.
But again,
fun people.
Come 1 in, starving.
Of course, because you're working all day. Don't forget.
So we're tearing down, and I'm like, okay, guy, anyone know here? I'm talking to Ottawa people. Hey, anyone know a place that's open? Yeah, go to this place.
There's no Milanos. There's no
Milano,
Jerry
right?
smoked meat.
So,
hogs, none of that.
So I'm like starving. I'm like, there's no way I could go to bed. So I'm like, okay, guys, I don't know. The place closes soon. I'm going to take a walk there while you guys finish tearing down. I'm going to go get some hamburgers. Yeah, perfect. Great idea.
Think it's going to come out to like $45.
So me and Sergio went there and we ordered 4 hamburgers.
How much did it come out to?
4 onion rings. It was
I go to him. I give him $30. I'm like, hey, here, thanks so much. This is covering me and Joe.
$95.
$95. Yeah.
4 hamburgers
and
an onion ring. No drinks. 4 hamburgers and 4 onion rings. It was $95. I was
in the
like,
mouth,
motherfucker.
At that point, like, I get thirsty.
And it was funny.
Burger at that point.
I walked with Sergio, which is our singer. We walked there while you and Joe kept tearing down.
It's terrible.
And
terrible.
there's a lineup. I'm like, there's no way I'm waiting. Yeah. But luckily they had a side window, and we're right in the middle of the market. And there's a side window where you can just order and they give you
take
the
out.
food.
That's right.
But it was $90. Anyways.
Yeah, it's a
fun.
bit. Yeah,
So
but you know, you blame them. Think
we're in
about
Ottawa eating these fucking burgers. I'm like, guys, you better finish that burger. It costs $95.
Oh, trust me, I was sitting on my bed in like field position with my boxers, just like. At that point, it was like 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what? Like, definitely, I have to say. How do I say this? It's really. Since 2017, like I started my business earlier, but I started small. And then through the people I met, I started gaining momentum and building up, going from, let's say smaller cocktail bands to supper bands to 4 or 5 piece bands, then to my show band, starting off with 7, 10 musicians, going from just a rhythm section and 3 singers to, actually I had 2 singers, it was a 6-piece band, then going to 7 musicians, and then 10. And I was always... I never wanted to expand, because always scared, always nervous, like, is it going to work?
You met me.
No, but you know what? No, because it was the moment where I wanted to add the horn section. And I was always scared of people are not going to pay this, like, obviously, like nowadays we do, like my generation, and I want to mention this because it's very important. I get the 2 biggest things. What I want to ask you, because I want to laugh about this, okay? I want to laugh about it. Now, when we think about a lot of my clients or like people, they'll call me for DJ services, and I'll go to them and say, why don't you hire a band? Like at this point, you're going to spend X amount of dollars for literally an extra $1,000. Yeah. You're going to get a 10-piece band. And the greatest thing is that the humans, we, how do I say this? We're more attentive to the human touch. So if you have 3 singers and you have my face dancing on stage, etc., and you have the horn section doing choreography, you're going to be more inclined to that than just an individual being behind a DJ booth, and not to put down any of my DJ colleagues. It's just it is what it is at the end of the day. So what are the few things that like people will say about a band before they hire them? What's the 2 main things? What is
I can tell you the main problem is that there used to be a lot of bad bands.
Yep.
So if you're stuck with a bad band, you're like
finished. You're
It's like
torched.
the whole
You're
night
grilled.
sucks.
You're grilled.
So that doesn't help.
But can I add a point on that?
Of course.
I want to add a point on that. So, look, my parents' generation, my parents got married in 1988 at Buffet Roma. Buffet Roma, okay? Which is a great venue, by the way. I didn't mean to, I'm not pronouncing it like that to put down the venue. No. I was there, great venue. But they got married there, okay? And so when they had their band, I like to say a lot of bands back in the day were very bric-a-brac, meaning that garage band style, where a lot of the musicians weren't trained. The majority weren't trained. Of course, there's bands that were trained. You had the big ones, that are still around. Some of them are still around today. But you had a lot of them were just plug into the wall. Whatever happens. And my parents told me the amount of money they paid for this band. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious?
Dude, when I was your age, okay?
What was this?
It was a little while ago. It was, so basically every wedding had to have a band.
Right.
So there was, if I say 50 bands, I'm not exaggerating.
The competition.
But every band was playing, not
crazy,
50 times
but
a year. They were playing 10 times a year, but they were all playing.
Right. And I don't doubt it.
I don't want to say the bad ones, but people would hire 2 years in advance
okay,
to make sure they get the band they want.
Yeah.
Because you had to have a band. Now it's different. Now you could have a DJ. You're not frowned upon. Back then you were frowned upon. If you didn't have a band,
because it looked cheap.
Oh, you're going cheap. You're going with a DJ.
Right.
Now it's different. Now it's DJ or band. So now they pick what they want.
But can I add a point? I want to add a point that, look, my generation, we grew up with DJs. So yeah, a lot of us, we saw bands growing up, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, when we were kids, young kids. But we're so used to DJs. So when I tell my clients, the one thing they say is, "Oh, a band, it's very expensive." That's the one thing. So guys, did you? The one thing I laugh, and I say, "Well, did you call any band? Did you ask me for my part?" No, but my cousin, my brother, my said it's expensive because they hired a band back in 1902 that costed $15,000. Yeah. Okay. Yes, of course there are some bands that charge that much, but they're coming with a setup like as if they're going on tour with Michael Jackson.
Yes, but if you compare, you're right. A band could be a little bit more expensive, but if you compare the amount of people, a DJ is, and look, they're fantastic and they bring a lot of equipment, but the amount of equipment a band brings and the amount
you can't compare. Come on.
And the price difference, if you take that DJ and times him by 10, like we're a 10-piece band, it's going to be 100 times more expensive. Like you're going to pay. You're gonna pay in the $3,000 for a DJ, and he's one guy, maybe two.
More than that.
They might be 2 guys. They'll pay $4,000, and there's 2 guys.
And sometimes even 5, 6,
right?
Even up, yeah.
Whereas you can get a band that has 10 people or 8 people. If you paid them the same the equivalent value, then it would be $40,000.
No kidding.
But you're not, right? So you're getting value when you get a band. But look, we're not gonna. I don't want to say trash. We're not trash.
No, we're not trash. It's just I like to call it. It's the reality.
It's the reality.
I'm not sure. Nobody's trashing.
People are scared because not scared, but it is expensive. It is expensive, but it's not as expensive as you would think, and that's the point you're trying to make.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that it's not as expensive as you think. And another comment I get is, but bands are for old people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that one.
Guys, seriously. Okay, I'm not gonna say half my band, but the majority of my band.
Young? Is that what you're gonna say?
No,
but motherfucker.
No, but look, I'm gonna use this as a comparison. Okay, I went to 2 concerts. I saw Dua Lipa. I saw Eros Ramazzotti, all in the last 3 months. Okay, no. I loved it. It was amazing. Anyways, so Dua Lipa had a band backing her up. You know who's in the audience? The audience was full. I don't even know what's the capacity of the Bell Center, like 18,000 people.
Yeah.
Full. All people between 15 years old, my age, Stefano's age, which is like very old, but like
By the way, you're the young one here. The three of us are in the same
exactly,
bracket. So
exactly.
you might get a beating after.
Okay, fine, whatever, guys. If you don't find me, I'm in this basement right now. Anyways, but yeah, so I look at that and I say, now these people are here enjoying this show. There's a band. So when I hear comments saying that, bands are for old people,
Yeah.
where are you getting this from?
Yeah, it's true.
Where's this coming from, this mentality? It doesn't make sense.
Well,
Is this
it's an idea. It's just an idea.
It's an
they
idea.
have.
Is this coming from Johnny and Tony from the corner bar? I know
It's because it's sometimes they want the idea of. I've had clients literally in the past where we had to have a smoke machine the whole night going because the groom just wanted smoke. Bro, I want this to look like a club.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you press the button, you can have smoke all night.
Right.
But a band just takes whatever a DJ plays and adds an energy to it that a DJ.
It's the energy, exactly.
The DJ is amazing at mixing, is amazing at picking the right songs. He's got a vast repertoire.
Of course. And there's a lot of pressure for a DJ as
it's
well.
It's very hard. By the way, I DJ. I've DJ'd and I fucking hate
it's a lot of pressure, man.
You can't pay me enough anymore.
And
now
it's lonely. If you're a lone man, no.
It's a very hard,
Yeah.
very hard milieu. People come and ask DJs for songs.
Oh.
And it ruins your
Especially
vibe.
when they're drunk. It's not. Be respectful, guys.
A band. The minute they see a band, they're not going to ask them because either we play. Or we don't.
You know what? Look, you have our things too. Where I feel bad for my female singers because you have a lot of men that just like looking at them like, guys, like, can you want to leave them alone? Like,
No,
please?
what about that story? Okay, this was hilarious.
What's this?
Can I bring up this story?
What story?
It was a
Before you bring it
corporate
up,
party.
what story?
It was a corporate party we did
When?
in the tent.
Oh God.
Do you remember that story?
it's
okay,
horrible.
I lost my shit.
But don't. Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, so we're playing there, and I'm kind of like, I'm keyboard player. I'm in the front,
Yeah.
and I had the sound. I had the mixer. I was
Yeah.
doing some sound, and it was about 300 people,
Yeah. It was full.
and there was about 15 or 20. I don't want. They
the-
they like their own music.
Yeah. It was ethnic. They wanted
It was
ethnic music.
ethnic
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Okay. And cool. So we started playing the third song. They come up to me and they're like, "Hey, can we play some of our music?" It would be my pleasure. The minute we take a break, I can't play that stuff.
Yeah.
We don't play that. The minute we take a break, we're gonna put your music. You can dance, but
wait, Pablo.
literally, the next song. Hey, play my music. Yeah, don't worry, buddy. Hey, play my music. It's coming, kind of thing. We're still playing.
It was like
It was every
You
minute.
ever have a mosquito just that doesn't stop
Yeah,
bothering
yeah.
you, or like you go to bed and you have that one fly it's just like zooming around your room.
So I was like, yeah, don't worry. Anyway, we take a break. I
Yeah.
kept my calm, and I played their music for the whole break. Now there's 300 people. There was only these 15 people dancing that ethnic music, but they were having a good time.
Yeah.
But we gave them like half an hour of their ethnic music. We go back on stage. We play the first song, and there's like 5 of them in my face. Hey, play our music. Hey, dude, we just played your music. Give us another 45 minutes, and then you can play your music.
Yeah.
And they're, oh, okay. And we wouldn't even finish the song. Hey, my music. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, you're starting to bust. I was like, it was progressing. Guys, you're starting to break my balls right now.
Yeah.
Your music's coming when we take a break. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even finish 2 songs. Hey, come on, we want our music. And at one point, I'm like, so the singer sees, and he just comes and he takes me away because I'm about to lose it. Daniel,
Yeah.
he doesn't know what to, poor guy. Then he sees that I'm going to fucking lose my shit.
But what are you supposed to do? At this point, I'm thinking about this. Like right now, first, the big thing that I didn't agree with was, first of all, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not dealing, it's not nighttime.
Yeah.
Why are you giving your employees alcohol? And it's a free for all. It's not just like 3 tickets per person. Do you limit it?
They
No.
were just drinking, yeah.
These guys
Now
were
they're getting hammered.
They're hammered. And the only thing that came in my head is, oh God, here I am. I have 2 female singers, and there's like 200 men right now, and there's no security.
Yeah.
There's no security, and the owners of these people who hired us, where the heck are they?
Now,
Where are they?
now at this point, we're playing a song. I'm playing keyboard, and the guys are walking on the stage, coming right up to me while I'm fucking singing backup. And this guy's in my face, hey, could you play my song? Could you play my song? I'm like, dude, get out of my face because I'm going to seriously give you a shot. And I'm starting to lose it, right? And the guy doesn't care. And then the singer comes and pulls them out. It got to the point where I literally grabbed the mic And I said, can we get an owner or someone of this company to get these guys off the stage and stop hounding us? Because it's ridiculous.
Oh, so we're just gonna stop. Yeah, I had to go speak with the person who hired us. And I said, listen, if you don't get these
We're
effing
leaving.
guys
Like,
off,
this is-
I'm packing up and I don't care.
They
Because
literally-
this right now, it's the first time I had to experience something like this. When it kind of like when
then-
stuff, you have to think fast. What do you do? Because any move you make, these guys can get violent. And then what do? You have
How funny was
thousands
that?
and thousands of dollars of equipment. These guys can easily just take the speakers, bang, and then who's gonna pay for it?
The funny thing is, the owner comes and says, guys, could you stop and get out of here? Like, leave them alone. So they did.
Yeah.
Because their boss now came and told them. The funny thing is, we're still playing on stage.
And
there's
they're all
about
from far.
10 guys across the room. They're all giving us the finger.
I can't believe
They're
it.
all like children. Like, these are grown men giving us the finger. We're playing. And now I'm laughing. And I'm like, okay, forget it. It's no...
I was just
whatever.
But
But
you-
the meantime, what drove me crazy is that there's 300 people dancing. They're having a blast.
Exactly.
Like, everyone's having such a good time. It's just 5 or 10 guys they want their stuff. They don't care who else
Guys,
is in the room.
Lesson to be learned is, and look, I have these conversations with my clients as well, and I say, look, guys, I know it's your event, your wedding, your party, etc., Sweet 16. No. I have to drive to RDP afterwards. I have a long way, my friend.
Too, I have to drive.
Anyways, so I tell them, I have these discussions, guys. Yes, you are hiring me. You are the one paying. But we have 300 other people to cater to. So even though you want one style of music, I have some people say, we just want newer music. Yes, I don't disagree with you. But Johnny and Anastasia over there want Latin. And Tony wants disco. And George wants, I don't know, Greek, etc. Whatever it is. So sometimes like you have to keep it, like, for example, like I'm organizing my own wedding now. And I always tell people, guys, this is your party. I'm here to have fun with you guys, but do whatever you want. I'm there. I just want to have a good time. I don't want to be that guy that's just stressing the whole night.
People will tell us, or they will just say, hey, we like just rock music. And it's like, cool, I can play it. I love it. I want to play it all night. The thing is, your aunt and uncle are going to come and bother me. So if you want it, I don't mind. But I want you to handle the people that don't want it.
And explain to them.
Now you're leaving it up to us to say, yeah, I'm sorry. No. And they're saying, but I want a waltz or I want disco or I want... Because our job is to get people dancing. So what we do is we try to play a little bit of everything and then we see what works more. And
That's
then
right.
whatever gets the dance floor full, we go with.
You got to keep that dance floor
And
full.
we keep in mind what the bride and groom or the client want.
Absolutely.
So we will incorporate more of that.
Yes.
But at a certain time, you might have to play something to get people going, right?
Yes.
They want something. And if they don't get it, they get mad. So we don't mind doing what the client wants, but we don't want to deal with the people that don't want it. We want you to deal with it. So if you're going to deal with it, cool.
Yeah.
If not, now, speaking of that, I want to play.
Okay,
What's
sure.
going on? Wait. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are you playing, man? What are you playing? Once again, totally unrehearsed.
I don't know. Here.
Oh, don't ba da bo bo bo. What's it called? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Solo, bro. Ready? Oh yeah.
Oof, I need to warm up, man. My hands hurt. I need to warm up.
Nah. What do you need to warm up? Have another Uzo.
Oh my
We're
God.
good.
Anyways,
So what I want to ask you now,
yeah.
what's your other than like funk disco, what's your go-to? Now you saw Eros.
Man.
Look,
What's
you
my-
you saw Eros, right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't grow up with Eros.
No, of course
right?
not. I
But
grew
now
up.
you
No,
saw the band, you saw the bass player, you saw the drummer. They're monster musicians.
great. Yeah.
Do you like that style? Do you like?
Well, look, to give you an example, like, no, I don't just like disco. I don't like funk. I like it because,
You like groovy bass lines?
yeah, because the bass lines are there. I just like dance music. You know what I mean? Like, I like, for example, that song, Feel This Moment, Pitbull. I dig it.
You like that song?
I
eh?
like it. I like the hook of the song. I dig it. But, for example, on my way here, I was listening to Olivia Newton-John.
Oh,
I was listening to Olivia Newton-John.
like I
what's it
said,
called?
old soul. This guy.
Yeah, I was listening to her and I was saying like, fuck, man, she passed away. Shit, she's a pretty woman, you know. But besides the fact she had a beautiful voice, I was listening to "Hopelessly Devoted to You,"
Oh,
and I was like,
nice.
man, and I'm like,
The other night. It's,
so,
I saw
go-
it, yeah.
yeah, you see, there you go. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, I wonder would this be good for the band to play? I was thinking in my head, I'm like, this might be.
Hopelessly
Yeah, it's a good.
devoted.
And then I was listening to bands again, like going back to Supertramp. But really, just anything that has a good vibe. But if I'm really feeling like I need something to pump me up, I listen to. How's it go? I'm breaking my stride. And oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yeah, because I had to deal with some stressful stuff the other day, and I said, okay, I need something to pump me up a little bit to keep me going. Because some days I just want to say, fuck all this shit.
What's your rock
Let me just go work
go-to?
at a bank and that's it. What?
What's your rock go-to?
My rock go-to? Oh man, you know what?
Come on, that's a good one.
I love, guitar. I love guitar, like guitar solos. Okay, guitar solos. Like I always go to Quiet Riot. Come on, feel the noise. Randy
Nice. Quiet
Rhodes.
Riot.
That guitar solo, man. It's to me, it's out of this world. Like listen to even on Mr. Crowley by Ozzy Osbourne. Listen. Okay, well, Beat It is Eddie Van Halen. But you know what? The other day I was showing my students Eruption.
Oh,
And I'm listening to it, and I was getting shivers. I'm like,
VH. baby.
what a solo! Anything like, you know what? I like to, because I have an old car, right? You saw the old,
Yeah,
yeah, of
yeah.
course. And when I get in my old car, I always have to put on classics, like good. I can't put on music. Today it kills the whole vibe, kills the buzz. So I'm there. I have to roll down the windows.
Ariel Speedwagon.
Yeah, Ariel. There's a song by Ariel Speedwagon.
BTO.
Let
Let it ride.
Let It Ride is a good one. I love that. But Ariel Speed, what's the song? Has a good guitar
I
sound.
can't find this feeling anymore.
No.
Oh,
It's
guitar
another
solo.
one. It starts off with a whole guitar line. I can't think about it right now. I listen to ELO, Electric Light Orchestra.
Nice.
Electric Light Orchestra. But yeah, anything 70s,
Have
early
you heard
80s.
this,
See?
Trans-Siberia?
Trans-Siberian- who?
What's the orchestra that plays?
No, I was telling him, see?
Oh,
'Cause he
she
makes
likes.
fun
Yeah,
of me.
yeah. She's an 80s.
I
Yeah,
like
it's-
70s and 80s. I like classic rock.
Yeah, classic rock. Boston is another band I love.
Nice.
Foreplay, long time. I listen to
Styx,
that.
Journey.
I'm gonna go on the 25. I'm gonna open up that 4-barrel carburetor and just like zoom
Do you
down.
like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
I never listened to them, but I
Check
know.
it out. You know,
I-
Rosa tours with them.
Really?
Rosa Laracuta.
I know
Montreal.
that. Wait,
Yeah.
Laura's Laracuta. How come
Rosa,
I know that
yeah,
name?
she played with the Showman. She's a really.
Okay.
I love Rosa. If you're listening, watching,
If you need a bass player,
you need to. Fucking hell.
I
You
gotta
need
go.
to come on sessions with Steph. I've been meaning to send you a message.
But yeah, pretty much like anything that has a good melody, good heart. Like to me, music of today, man, it kills me listening to it. It really, to me, like I tell,
stuff is good.
No, some stuff is good. Like
Oh yeah. What's her name? About damn
yeah,
time.
like any. But you know why it's
He
good
doesn't
or
know the name. He knows
No,
the chords
it's like,
and
or-
the notes. That was About Damn Time from. What's that? Okay, now I want to play. What song is that?
night. To say the least.
That was fun.
Like, or levitating, like.
That was a good bass line, yeah. Dua Lipa's got some good bass line. That's why you like her. That's why you would.
But you know what? Yeah, and I realized that a lot of music that comes out today that lasts for a long time, or anyways, we all know that. A lot of new music that comes out today. Why is it so pop? Like, sorry, let me rephrase that. New music that comes out today that ends up lasting for so long, and I talk about this with my students. Why is a song like, you know, that bass line right away, right? Right? We all know that bass line. What's that song?
Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. Or you play, again, like Lizzo, Dua Lipa, etc. Why is it so popular? Why does it last?
Okay,
Tell me.
okay.
Tell me why does it
It's
last?
the bass.
No, not just the bass.
bass teacher. Dan,
You know what it
yes.
is? Because they use real instruments.
You're right.
Use
You're
instruments,
right.
okay?
'Cause it grooves.
But it grooves. So, and if
grooves.
you think a song like, on top of my head, I always go to Dance Monkey. Or a lot of songs in that genre use a lot of synthetic sounds. I'm not talking about Avicii. I'm not talking about David Guetta. Those guys are great. Okay, and I love a lot of the stuff they do, even though it's so synthetic. But a lot of the generic stuff that plays on, no. But I do like it. No, I listen to it. I'm
Even
like,
though it's
this,
like a fucking computer.
no, but regardless, no, it still takes it takes a lot of creativity.
it's a
It's work
different
to do
art,
it. No, it's a different art. I'm not downplaying it at all. But a lot of the, I would say, garbage that comes out today that plays on Virgin Radio, it lasts 2 weeks. It lasts 2-3 weeks. And I say I'm exaggerating 2-3
It's
weeks.
because they're, look, you know why? Part of it.
Tell me why.
Because it's all done computer-wise.
Yes.
A lot of these, they don't even have real drummers go in session anymore. The pop stuff, it's clip, drag this, drag that, sample this, sample that. So they shit out material.
Yeah, but what do you compare
Whereas
that to?
Zeppelin, when they recorded an album, it took 1.5 years.
Yes.
Because they hung mics. They rented a mansion, an empty mansion in England. And they just set up their instruments.
They did when the levee breaks.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
They just hung microphones and got the sound and then mix it. It takes
That's
1.5 years.
right.
Now
Exactly.
every 6 months you're shitting out 10
Doesn't make
songs, right? 'Cause
sense.
it's fast.
Hang on, can I chime in here?
Yes.
Do you realize that they have to remix oldies?
Yeah.
Music?
Well,
Yeah, sampled. Yeah, that's right.
It's all about that.
But
now.
Exactly.
But I compare that to, what else can you compare that to that we do? As human beings. For example, we eat fast food. McDonald's.
That's
If it's
true.
cheap, quick, it tastes good. A lot of music comes out today. It's quick, cheap, and it's good for that moment. It's good for passive listening where you had a couple of ouzels, you're to start at the club or whatever event, and it's just there. Like I was asking my students, I said, guys, what's the music that pumps you up? And some people were bringing up, oh, I like this. Why do you like it? The beat. Yeah, but it sounds the same as every other song.
Yeah.
So this is just, guys, you're not thinking. Like I listened to a song like Olivia Newton-John. What did I just say?
Hopelessly Devoted.
Hopelessly Devoted to You. Man, I listened to it like that melody. That melody. And I was even tearing up. And I'm thinking about my love. I'm thinking about my girlfriend. I'm picturing doing a lambada with her. I'm all, like it's very nice. I'm like, maybe it's gonna be my first dance. Or even the
that
song,
just happened.
or Shania Twain. What's it called?
Veronica.
There's a couple of songs by Shania Twain.
Opening Dance.
Oh,
You're Still the One.
No,
That's
You're
a
Still
good
the
tune.
One. It's another one from her newer albums. And you're. And your eyes.
Have you seen her lately, by the way? Have you seen her
No, but I
lately?
want to go, but tickets were like $500.
My cousin sent. I was with him on Saturday, and he shows me. He goes, "Have you seen Shania lately?" I said, "No." He showed me her video. She performed at a music
And
awards.
how was it?
She looks great.
Okay,
She's
wow,
like
okay.
50 plus years old, pink hair.
She's my mother's age.
She looks
57.
really good.
Of course, Shania Twain, man. I still remember that music video with the leopard cheetah.
Yes, yes.
Man, I was like 6 years old, and I'm like, wow, what a hottie. And regardless, she's an amazing artist. But put that aside. Going back to Olivia Newton-John's song, like you listen to that, and you're like, what is this? Like just even that slide guitar, like
musically-
the bass line.
Musically, it's beautiful.
The dynamics, like
Look, the problem is it's the 13, 14-year-olds that spend the money. They buy the stuff, they buy the album, they go on iTunes, or their parents do.
Well, more like the
they buy
parents,
the
yeah.
merch. So they're gonna cater music to that. It's like
Yeah.
we're lucky to have artists that come out once in a while, the Bublé's that take old stuff and redo it.
That's right.
And that sounds good, and musically it's fun. Bruno
Right.
Mars that likes to go
Yeah,
back
absolutely.
and actually has live instruments, but
Right.
otherwise it's like a factory, man. It's
Sad.
money.
But
it's
look,
money.
it's like sometimes I see like going and see Bad Bunny in concert. I'm like, what?
Dude, I can tell you, Shawn Mendes is good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Calvin Harris, Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth, yeah.
Puth. Sorry, he came out on another album. Was it Charlie Puth or Calvin Harris? I think it was Charlie Puth.
Calvin Harris
Came out with the
is
song Poison. Anyways, I listened to this album, Funk, what's it called? Something Funk Odyssey, could be Funk Odyssey. And regardless, like an amazing album. So of course there's great artists out there. Just like back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s where you had great artists, you had bad artists.
Yeah.
But the majority of them, like if you listen to the radio anytime during the 80s and 70s, you could add anything from Motown, R&B, soul, disco, classic rock. It was like a buffet of genres. Today,
Now it's one.
Nah, I'm like, what am I listening? I got okay, CJD.
Yeah.
Okay, c'est quoi? Okay, let me
Dan
let me hear what they're talking about today. Okay.
It's true. It's true.
So
Dan, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
do a little game that we do on.
yeah, please, let's do it.
It's called First Thought.
Okay, go.
Once again,
Yeah.
you give me your first thought.
Okay.
Favorite food?
Okay, I'm gonna say it's not Greek food. I'm gonna say souvlaki. It's like fake.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, man.
I like it too.
I don't feel
Marathons.
great after. Yeah, I don't feel great after eating it, but like I like it.
I feel fantastic after.
Okay,
What are you
fine.
talking about?
Yeah, so marathons, I dig it.
Cool.
Yeah,
Marathon's good.
marathons, yeah.
What about the other one? What's the?
I like La Village Grec, Marvin's. Marvin's is great.
Marvin's.
I always
Marvin's
feel
is the
rushed.
original.
I feel nervous when I go there because I feel like everyone's like staring at me to hurry up and eat. Like, guys, I mean, I just sat down. Come on.
Favorite movie?
Oh man, favorite movie, the classics of the night. Anything Uncle Buck, anything like John Candy,
Wow.
anything John Candy, or like gangsters. So Goodfellas, Casinos, Bronx Tale, Donnie Brasco, all the classics of the 80s and the 90s. Yeah,
Godfather?
yeah. Godfather 2, Godfather 2,
Godfather 2 was.
and one is good too.
3 is horrible.
3, I
Three is
I
the
fell in love with like the
best.
daughter.
Andy Garcia.
Which one?
Andy Garcia the
It
third.
was a terrible movie.
No, it wasn't.
The third
3?
one?
I like the daughter. That one was
Okay.
I like Andy Garcia.
Forget the guy. Fuck. The movie sucked.
No.
Yeah, the movie was-
Compared to 1 and 2, what? Come on.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, it's all about perspective. How do I get a close up on him?
yeah. So
Um,
You look good in the row.
okay, that was good. Favorite guitar player of all time, or best guitar player of all time?
no, there's no best. You can't
Come
say
on, pick the best,
But
pick the
look,
best.
you're talking about depends on the genre, man. You can say jazz because they funk. Like I love Nile Rodgers because his rhythm playing. I love in terms of jazz. I love Jim Hall, Joe Pass.
Pick one. If you had to pick one to play in your band, huh?
Oh man, dude. Okay, fine. I would say like if they're still alive. Man, none of them are still alive. I'm thinking about. I'd say Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen,
Randy Rhoads.
or Total. Oh, I forget his name.
Steve Lukather.
Yeah,
Steve is fucking
fantastic.
beast.
Just it's all about the sound, man. It's all about that sound.
So I was watching the other day. I was just on YouTube or whatever, and there's something called Access TV. So Sammy Hagar,
Yeah.
he was the lead singer for Van Halen. I'm
Right.
sure you all know this. This is Sessions with Stef. Sammy Hagar has it's kind of like a podcast and a show.
Right.
I think he copied me. I think he copied Sessions
I
with
think
Stef.
so. You mentioned this last time. Yeah, and I agree with you.
He copied me. He
Yeah.
literally saw Sessions with Stef, and he had Steve Lukather on,
Okay.
and he has tons. He had Extreme on. He has tons of artists, and he just goes and he has a like this.
It just talks. Yeah,
and he
yeah.
talks.
I seen his
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he.
yeah.
I gotta send him a lawyer's letter or
I
something.
think so.
'cause-
I think so.
you know.
It's in my letter from that AG.
Yeah,
Anyways,
from the RG, exactly.
yeah.
So, okay, so we went there. Now, what was your favorite live show? Your best live show that you've seen?
it was my first because it was probably my first and probably, it was your first concert. I was 10 years old. My parents brought me to go see Aerosmith and Cheap Trick.
Nice.
And I remember when they played Toys in the Attic. And I remember that the lights, I remember they played Love in an Elevator, Toys in the Attic. And to me, it was just, but you know what? Like, concerts, like even going into high school, it's not what it used to be. Like, I remember it was like a gathering. I remember going to see Rush, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, all these bands. And like, you go there, lights go off, and you see the clouds of smoke. Everyone's smoking up, everyone's smoking weed in there.
well.
And like, whatever, to each their own at the end of the day. But nowadays you go there, you can't bring nothing. First of all, a beer over there, not that I drink, but like a beer is $18. A bottle of water, $12. I went to see Eros. Then you can't pay cash.
Yeah, I know.
Can't
they
pay.
don't
And I
take
go
cash
to the
anymore.
I go into the guy at the cash. I said, you do realize there's over 10,000 Italians under this roof. They're all gonna pay cash. You realize that. All jokes aside, but then there's metal detectors, which okay, cool. Of course you have some mental cases that go in there, fine. But it kind of just kills the fun. You can't go in there with a bag. You can't do this. Like, okay, guys, you know what? Here, I'll go on YouTube and I'll stay home. That's it. There, it killed the fun for me. You know?
But they're still sold out. That's
Yeah,
the
they're
crazy
still
part.
sold
They're
out
still
at
sold out.
$500 a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you had to pick one musician to be in your band, any instrument, who would that be?
Oh, it has to be a drummer, man. It has to be a drummer.
Oh no, I mean besides me, I'm right there.
But no, I'm absolutely drummer or a vocalist. I can't think. I
Pick
can't.
one. Pick a dude. Jeff Porcaro. It has to be.
No, but you know what? I can't think of anybody on the top of my head. Any session drummer at the end of the day. Any session drummer. Anybody that, you know what? I can't even say that. Just be a good team player. Don't bother me. At the end of the day, just don't bother me.
Let every song be a bass solo, and we're good.
No, but what I mean is that show up to the rehearsal. Don't sub out. Don't be that guy. Because that bothers me like there's no tomorrow. Before I had in my band, I was the bass player and I played in a lot of different bands. I was never that guy. I was always the team player. You wanted me to rehearse, I was there. You wanted me to be there, go to Mont Blanc, get no gas money, I'm not going to play. But don't text me or hackle me because, you know, your gas costed $5 more than it should. Because to me, you look like an idiot. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're
Okay.
getting paid $500 for a gig.
You're getting paid $500 for a
And
gig.
then
You're
you
sleeping at
want
a hotel.
$5.
You're getting free breakfast, and then you bother me because your gas costed $5 more. To me, you just look like an idiot. Anyway, sorry, we're not getting into
That's
that.
okay.
Yeah.
What's the first thought? And actually, this is apropos. What's the first thought when I say Céline Dion to you?
Oh man, well now obviously she's something well right now, but Céline Dion, why Céline Dion?
Because she's a Quebec artist. She's
Well,
a
you know,
big
I
Quebec-
tip my hat, man.
She's probably the biggest that has ever left
I
Quebec.
tip my hat. Like, first of all, Quebec, you know, we have amazing artists in Quebec. First of all, we have an amazing scene in Quebec. Even in terms of movies, too. Like, my favorite movies are, some of my favorite movies are French Quebecois movies, like Gaspard Blues, Louis Cyr, Crazy.
Okay, Sessions with Steph is now done. We're
Okay.
done. No, I'm joking.
Nah, but anyways.
I have no idea what you're talking
it doesn't
about.
matter. But Céline Dion, no, she's an amazing singer. She's an amazing vocalist. Fantastic. You know, I tip my hat that, like, you know, her ex-husband got her started. You know, she was 14 years old. I would say it was a little bit weird.
He rocked the cradle a bit, but
little
whatever.
bit weird. I'm just going to put it out there. But I tip my hat thanks to him, you know, and obviously you see her career, like, without him, big difference. He was the captain of the ship, you know, and obviously it took a toll on her, you know. But an amazing vocalist, nonetheless.
Amazing vocalist.
I mean, of course. So,
And we play a Céline Dion song.
yeah, we do. We do play a Céline Dion. We play one. We
the
play-
one French song we do.
Yeah, we do.
But we do it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think of certain things I can ask you. Here's one thing.
Yeah.
This is a Francesca question. Put together your all-time favorite band. You can pick
come
who
on,
plays
man.
what
I
instrument.
bet. Come on, man. It's
That's-
like, you know,
it's
the
a
worst part
good
is
one.
the worst part is I'm listening to musicians and I'm like, I don't even know their names. They sound great, but I forget their names.
But you have guys in your head that you could put together. Who would be the bass player?
Bernard Edwards. He played with Chic, Sister Sledge. He was the big disco guy. I see. Right now I'm tired, so I can't think of names.
Don't worry, we'll come up with names.
Will Lee. Okay, yeah. So drummer. Madon. Any big chunky guy. It's to be a big chunky guy. Or it has to be a skinny tall guy. One or the other. Big chunky guy or skinny tall guy.
That's good.
At the end of the day, yeah.
And
yeah.
who, like Lars Ulrich?
No, what is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
Well, a lot of people like him, man.
Great, yeah, that's
I
good.
like
okay,
Chad
for,
Smith.
for what he's doing, yes. Chad Smith is great too.
I find him really good.
At the end of the day, any good session player, just
Name one. You got to name one, man.
I don't know on top of my head, like I can't think of any right
Jeff
now.
Porcaro Total.
Yeah, okay, Jeff Porcaro Toro, yes.
Beast. Michael Simon Phillips, monster drummer.
Okay, the drummer. Okay, let's take the drummer that played with Aerosmith. What was his name again?
Eric Moore.
Eric
Fantastic.
Moore. Okay, there we'll go with Eric
Fantastic.
Moore.
You see? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Eric Moore.
Who's on guitar, man?
Who's on guitar? Nile Rodgers. I'm putting Nile Rodgers. I love
You
his
can
guitar
get
playing.
two because he's a rhythm guitar player. Who would you put
Okay,
on lead?
on lead. Fuck, I don't know, man. Like
Eddie?
Yeah, okay, I guess Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, like. But then again, I'm playing pop music, top 40 stuff. So like, again, any of the session guys I played for Justin Timberlake, any of those guys, like,
They're all monsters.
they're all monster players, you know. But of course, we have guys in Montreal that do just as good. They're just,
course.
just not at the right place at the right time. Unfortunately,
There's a lot of good musicians.
There's a lot of great musicians. Yes.
What about who's your vocalist? Who's fronting you? That's a good question. Like, who's the best front person?
I'll take it. At the end of the day, look, I'm gonna take Bruno Mars. Like, you know what I mean? If I had
Oh,
to choose
nice.
yeah, of course. Like, you know, in terms of choreography, in terms of range, like I don't have to stress. I don't have to stress. Shit, man, can they do it in this key? No, they have to transpose. No, like God, no. You know, but it's more, yeah, him. Definitely him.
He's good. I
Yeah.
saw him live.
He's good. Yeah,
He's something else.
he's a monster. Yeah,
He's a monster. Guy
Definitely.
at 7 years old was on stage doing Elvis impersonations.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
playing the stuff, playing the guitar, singing.
Yeah, no. He's
fantastic.
good. No, it was good. Keys, I don't know. Like at the end of the day, who's ever good? Like I don't know. Like I'm listening to music. I'm not gonna just like it's bad, but I don't necessarily research all the musicians. I'll research them and then I'll forget their names after a while. Unfortunately.
Okay.
You know, so
That's because you're not in the rock.
yeah,
scene.
probably.
I mean,
but
you
I was a
are.
rocker. No, it's not
You
true.
were a
Look,
rocker.
look, I have a tattoo. I still have earrings. I had long hair. I still have my jean jacket. I had my sleeveless jeans. I had all my
Where's your
patch
tattoo?
on my back.
I didn't know that.
I got it when I was 16. My mother came to me and said, "Hey, you want a tattoo?" I'm like, "Well, okay, why not?"
And then she slapped you in the back.
Yeah,
said,
right
"Here it
after.
is,
Yeah, exactly.
bastard."
Yeah, it's good. Huh? It's not bad. It's a good
I
joke.
didn't know that. I have to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I got a tattoo.
So
on my
when do I get to see it?
next time we're alone, you know, next time I come over.
We're,
you know what I mean?
are we sleeping in the same room next
Yeah.
week? We're in Quebec
no,
next
actually,
week.
Yeah,
2
I
weeks?
have to organize all that actually. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay.
There goes the stress.
Yeah, thanks.
Sweat.
There you
So
go.
this is live. Are you going to make me choose who I get to stay with?
Well, your wife is coming, so I guess.
Oh, that's right. That's
so
right.
I guess you're
that's
gonna sleep
right.
with her.
There you
fine.
go. Okay.
I can share a room.
I was going to say
bro.
Sergio.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you
Or
want.
you, Sergio.
Yeah, if you want.
Nah, they're all guys. The band we played, they're all great guys.
Yeah, of course.
And girls, of course.
When they don't bother me, they're great guys. When they don't ask me silly questions like when are we eating or how
Can
many
I say your
sets are we-
biggest pet peeve?
Yeah, go for
Your
it,
biggest
please.
pet peeve is
Yes.
when we're at the gig. He's there the first because he owns the band. He's setting up all the shit. I'm usually there right after because I like to take I don't like to stress and get like if sound check's at 4, I don't like to get there at 3:58 and hurry up. I get there an hour before and I take my
Yeah.
time and I set up and everything has to be nice. So at that point, that's when everyone starts calling, and they like, "Hey, do you know where we park? Where do we load in from?
Guys.
Is it a dude or can you open the door for me?"
I make it so easy. I write a detailed email with. I even take pictures of where you're supposed to go.
And
So it's
he's
not
like-
my fault. Like
and he's like, "But just come here and see the door and go through the door."
my
Bring
answer to
you-
them is, listen, ask somebody that works here, don't bother me. I don't even answer. I don't answer because to me, I just see the name. Why are they calling me right now? Why are they calling me? And I tell myself, okay, you know what? The grass is not green on the other side. Just suck it up.
It's actually, you know what? I got the text for tomorrow's gig. Where do I park? So I gotta figure out parking because that's speaking of which, Mount Steam is
Underground parking.
have to pay for that.
You gotta pay
Son of a bitch.
$35.
$35.
Hey, what do you think? It's free. What do you think?
Hey, Sergio, Rosemary, you're not getting parking
It's
tomorrow.
not super.
Okay?
It's not super C, man. Okay.
Dan, I'd really like to thank you for coming on.
No problem.
You saved my ass again. You always do.
It's time to hit the sack, guys. It's time to go to bed. Dan has to take a shower tomorrow morning and get up for work.
Yes, me too. I have to get up for work. So, guys, thank you so much. We all have to go to work. Guys, thank you so much. This is another episode of Sessions with Stef.
Hopefully it was
of
good.
course,
Hopefully
had
I
a
didn't insult
blast.
anybody. I didn't mean to.
No, we had fun. I got to play. I never really played on sessions. I don't like to play on sessions with Stef, but here it was you. I
Yeah,
was
why
like,
not?
yeah, I'm gonna bring some stuff. And as you can tell, while I was playing, the fucking bass drum was at the other end of the wall. I was
didn't
like,
notice.
you didn't notice that. When I stopped for a second, it's because I had to pull it back. Guys, thank you for watching. Let's talk it out. And Sessions with Stef. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Amazon Music. Our sponsors, Fearless Sounds, of course. Francesca, thank you. Lisa, thank you for manning the stuff over there, manning the ship. All the technical stuff. Sierra, our camera lady, too, once in a while. Whatever.
Cassetto.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, listen, tell your friends, sponsor us, call us and say, hey, we want to throw money at you because you guys are amazing at advertising. We'll take it, right?
I'll take it.
Soulstation is going to advertise. No, you get it for free.
Hello.
You get it for free. Yeah. Veronica, he's a good boy. You got a good man here. Daniel Dicintio. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Guys, tune in every Wednesday. There's a podcast that comes out. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan, once again.
No problem.
And
Buonanotte.
Sessions with Stef, Buonanotte. Sessions with Stef is now done. Thank you all. Have a good night.